Welcome back, friends. Today we are talking about productions, and we are going to focus on all of our large production buildings. As I covered in the last video, the small ones just aren't really worth it. But what about these big ones? Because I'm pretty sure we can make quite a bit of money on these bigger production facilities, and we definitely can. Now, we're going to be taking a look at profit per month, not per year this time, because unfortunately, if I try and do per year, the graph is just way too big and just doesn't really want to work at all. So we're going to take a look at it on a monthly basis. No matter what, the trending will still be the same. Numbers will just be a little bit different. Now, there are still negative income productions for some reason. I don't know why. Productions used to be pretty much hands down the best thing you could do in FS22. There was almost no way to lose money. But for some reason in 25, a lot of the productions just not only don't make money, but actually cost you a lot of money versus if you were going to just sell off all of the crops yourself that you're putting into the production. So starting off here, rice, bread rice, grape juice, barrels from planks, buckets from planks, all of these are actually massively negative. And I wish I knew why, but for some reason that's how it works out. Now, everything else here, we're going to turn a profit. Some of it might take longer than others. Keep in mind, this is per month, not per year. If we were to look at this per year, you're going to be multiplying it by 12. I will include the link down in the description to all of this information that I pulled, and you can always take a look there. You do have it broken down by year, and you know, I might even talk about it some per year, because at least that way you can kind of figure out if you're going to be, or how quickly you're going to be turning money over with this type of stuff. If we take a look at our profits here on all of our large productions, most of it you're going to be making a lot of money on. The absolute best ones right now are going to be your digestate from silage, which was also one of the highest selling crops and highest producing crops if you're doing grass to silage and getting 3 cuts in. So keep in mind, if you want to do silage, you're going to want to get that large BGA at some point, because you'll be making $163,000 a year. Now, I believe this is on normal economy, because this is just taking the base prices listed in the game XML files. So you're probably going to be making more than that, but you know, at least just kind of as a percentage wise, that is the second highest selling production setup in the game. Now, the biggest crop, if you watch that video, is potatoes. And it's kind of interesting because the potatoes themselves are fantastic sold separately, which also kind of means that their productions would have to be really high selling to make it up there. If we take a look at the potato chips, they really don't do that great. They do pretty good. You're looking at about 40,000 a year basically on any of the setups of potato chips, but that's still not really that much when you compare it off to paying the price for the factory itself. The other big potato one that I had a lot of hope for was the potato soup, because one, you can start doing the soup on the small scale factory, although that didn't work out, but also because potato soup is the only potato production that requires nothing besides potatoes. Now, you do still make a nice profit. You're looking yearly at about $45,000, a little over $45,000 a year. Per month, you're looking at about $3,800 profit off of potato soup, which is not bad. It will take you a little while to pay off that factory, but I mean, that's still a pretty good chunk. Plus, any extra potatoes you harvest, you'll be able to sell. Keep in mind, all of these numbers, though, are based off of you continuously feeding the factory and having 0 downtime. So if you have any downtime, everything is going to drop and change off of these numbers. So the biggest ones that we have, though, are going to be the silage like we talked about, rice boxes from long grain rice, which is going to be way up there at over $200,000 a year, your rice flour at over $130,000 a year, and bathtubs with planks long. Now, the long planks are something that I really wanted to talk about too in here, because they just seem to be completely broken. And I don't know why, but for some reason, you do not want to make long planks in this game unless you are doing it to continue down the line for production. Because whether you do it at the small factory or at the large factory, you are coming out negative in long planks. That's one of those that are down there at the bottom. You're going to lose over $6,000 a year if you make long planks. So really, what are our big ones that we absolutely do not want to make with really any of the production facilities, but especially the long ones? Rice bags using standard rice, digestate using the cut sugar beets, bread rice using, again, the standard rice, noodle soup using the rice flour, grape juice, rope, barrels made out of planks, the long planks, again, unless you were going to see sending those down the line further, or you could probably even cut out the buckets made out of planks because those are really low as well. But, you know, those first ones I mentioned, all of those are negative yearly profit. You are better off just selling off the crops, the wood, whatever it is that you pulled to make for those products than making them. Basically, never ever make those products in game. It will actually waste a lot of time because you will make money selling the product, but you would have made a heck of a lot more if you just sold the ingredients. So let's just take a look at everything again here and throw up that entire graph so that, I mean, you can kind of see. Like I said, I'm going to throw this down in the link, but if you want, you can also just grab a screenshot of this right now. This is kind of how everything stacks up against each other. So you can see where your favorite production chains lie on the list. And if you hate production chains, I get it. It's not exactly farming, but you know what? It is a very neat aspect of the game, and I personally love dealing with production chains in here. I hate that they are this screwed up in the game to where numbers are almost making it not worth it on most of your production chains to where you really should just farm. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Is this going to change the way you play the game at all, or do you not care? If you have any other questions, concerns, thoughts, let me know. Thank you all very much for watching. Until next time, have a fantastic day and happy gaming.